Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and I'm back with yet another Let's Play. Because why not? It's a bit of a drought right now in the summer for new games, and a bunch of people are talking about this little indie game, kind of making the rounds. It's called Her Story, as opposed to His Story. History. Whoa! Oh, anyways. So I guess it's kind of like a murder mystery game where you kind of go through police archived footage, and I actually have no idea really how the game plays, but I think we're going to be watching clips. I think that's involved in it. So I was a little hesitant to actually let's play this. Games that involve just a lot of cinematics or things like that. It gets kind of weird to let's play it, but we're gonna try it out. I bought it, so we're gonna see how it is, and yeah, just start. Okay. So we've got kind of an old school computer here. Southeast Constabulary. Look, there's a clock. Oh, there's the clock. Look at that. Okay, so it's June 16th, 2015. And it's like 8:35 or something. Read me. Introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, robbery, into the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words, robbery, supermarket. If you're working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Store a clip for later reference, click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searchers, please click in the user tags box and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact your department's information technology representative. Okay. Really, read me. Hey, here's the database. I filed the Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97. But figured this would be enough. Take your time. Okay, what's in the rubbish bin? Hack. Oh, what is this? Mirror game. Oh, where is... I don't actually want to do that. We have work to do. There's a DB checker, which has a volume missing. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I guess we're solving a crime, something. Murder is already typed in for us, so we have 4 entries. I guess we could just start watching. What does this do? Oh, that's our history. Video subtitle. Yes, I do like video subtitles. Anti-glare filter. Oh, I see. I'm not sure. I actually don't know which one I prefer. This one's very, like, virtual machine. This one's a bit more realistic. I guess we just start. Sure.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Oh, okay. That was quick.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay, so we've got a guy named Simon as the Vic, as they say.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay, she's our prime suspect.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay. Those are the only 4 clips in which she says the murder. Alright. I assume we can't just search by, like, date. Oh, here. There's 271 entries found. But we can only access the first 5. Because go screw yourself.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Wow. What a sassy bitch. I bet she did it.
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from America though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Okay. That's probably important. Gladstone. Like Joey Gladstone from Full House. That's how I'll remember.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. Windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay, so presumably her husband worked at a glass shop. A
mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
In 1994? Damn!
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. It said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Alright, so that's all we're going to get out of just murder and nothing. So we'll probably have to actually type something in. I don't know where to really start. Maybe there's more photos. Okay, we got a couple more clips.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay. So, he normally needs to wear glasses. That's probably something I should keep in mind. He's got a scar, and she said it was before, but then she stopped herself, so that might be worth looking into.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding. People said Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Okay, so a shotgun wedding is when a man impregnates a woman and then is basically forced into marrying her, usually by her parents. And so it goes, the father of the bride carries a shotgun to make sure that it happens. I don't know if a shotgun wedding has ever actually happened. Probably somewhere. Okay, so she was pregnant, well, I guess. Let's look up scar. Okay, that's the only mention of a scar. Baby. Plenty for baby. Let's narrow this down.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
This is a British game, isn't it? Her accent isn't very thick, but...
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Okay, if it came.
I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Okay, that's probably troublesome.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay, whoa. That was weird. That's probably an important one. We'll hold on to that one.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Okay. Alright, so if I want to narrow it down to get to those other clips, I don't know. I don't even know what I would type. But okay. Let's get back to kind of this bin bag thing. That's the only time she says that, so let's just search body. Yes.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. found the body.
Bruise. Uh-oh.
His body. It didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. There's these thick glasses. It doesn't always wear.
Well, he doesn't wear them when he's taking a photo, apparently. What the hell is this bullshit?
Really? Okay. Here's the rest. They laid a body on the dock tonight. Oh, the wind and the rain. Till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce a heart of stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was, oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Yes, that was really demented. Okay.
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was prettier. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Whoa. Whoa. So that was a big one. That's like split personality or some shit. So let's see when she uses the word Hannah in reference to herself.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay then. Morse code in the middle. I don't know Morse code. In fact, actually, I said like 5 years ago that when I'm older and I really have nothing to do, that's one of the things I want to learn. I just want to learn Morse code. That time has not yet come though, so.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry. Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Okay. Stop that. I don't need that in my life.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Okay, so the other name that we have now is Eve. So let's see if we can find some mentions of that.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay. Now, we don't have any, proof that Eve is her other personality, so I don't think Hannah would ever admit to that. Well,
Yes.
neither of them would.
We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, normal people don't do that. Despite the fact that you were probably, drowning yourself.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off. My mother called me Eve.
Boom. There we go. Okay. So we have a woman with split personalities, and both of them are pretty fucked up. My question here, as far as a general question, is, what's the end game here? How do we solve the mystery? You know? I have no idea. Okay, let me think then. I doubt we're ever going to get a mention of a split personality, but we can type in some words, see what we get.
No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but Those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Okay. That had nothing to do with what I was looking for, but we did get another name. I guess we can type it in. Okay, we got a bunch of mentions of this guy.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Okay, so Hannah seems to be, well, Eve really wanted a baby. Hannah not so much. And Eve she slept around. But Hannah kind of slept around. I don't know. It's complicated.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Wow. This is pretty effed up.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Okay. Alright. Shit. I feel like I should start taking notes or something, but I'm gonna rely on my memory. So, first, let me just say, it's really effed up. I don't know if you've caught on. It's pretty effed up. It's one woman, split personality. Hannah refers to Eve as her friend. Eve refers to Hannah as her sister. Eve, in her head, took her sister's virginity with a hairbrush, despite she took her own virgin. I don't know how that works. They slept with Simon, after a couple dates, and she got pregnant that one time. So that was damn quick. Simon's a virile dude. Let's search for sister, see if we can see any more mentions of that. Okay, here's the first part of the song. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, God. That's a lot for a Let's Play.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
Knew what?
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
Okay, I think the main problem with the entire case is an unreliable narrator. We have no idea what's really true or not because she doesn't know what's true or not.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
I don't know. It's hard to say. What, is there anything else other than those two clips of the song? Okay, that's it. So I don't want to hear that. I mean, there might be a clue in there, but who knows? Unless I can just skip it.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swans. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Okay, so it's either it's either not a real song or she picked a horrifically appropriate one. Because it talked about two sisters loving the same guy and one drowning the other one. I don't know. I don't know how important that event was, if at all. That might be the only mention we have of her drowning. Here's another one.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
Why is that an achievement? Anyways, the point is, though, how much of anything that she says can actually be relied upon as evidence. But I feel like we're veering towards more of building like a psychological profile than the actual murder. But I mean, we need the profile, but maybe we should turn back to the actual crime. Let's search weapon. That seems pretty common. Okay, evidence. We got some clips.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Okay.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Alright. We're veering off again, but I'm curious.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. It's like, when did the split happen? You know, like when was the second one? When was the twin created? Usually that's caused by trauma. And it's perfectly reasonable to assume that whenever that happened, the other personality just filled in all the gaps for a childhood that never really happened. So I think Florence might be a key to that, but all we have to go
Florence
off of is this personality.
Person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay. You'll notice that all of these clips are from Eve, none from Hannah. Hannah's never once mentioned this Florence person, who may have not existed.
No. It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
See, this is what I'm saying. It's so unreliable. Now, the fact that Hannah never mentions Florence, the fact that Eve claims Florence had this diary that had all this kind of her life that somewhat, relates to how Eve perceives her existence. It could be that Hannah, as a child, read something related to it. But again, let's search diary, perhaps. Okay, here, this could be something.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, this gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Okay, see, Hannah kept a diary.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Okay.
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things, and we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay, they both use the phrase same page, so I'm wondering if that's used ever again. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. So Eve then claims that her mother died when she was 8 by slipping down the stairs, but not her real mother. So I don't know who Eve thinks her real mother is, because they're clearly twins. Here's another one.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to take the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
Okay. Shit. So she raised me. Wouldn't that be Florence? I doubt I'm gonna get anything out of fairy tale. Whoa! Alright.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
Okay.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Yeah, that's kind of a running theme, isn't it?
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. There's apparently 2 other clips related to fairy tales, but I don't know. Maybe if I plural it, I might skim something out. No. Something.
I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people asked, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Okay, there are 3 names now that I want to look up.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
Okay, only Eve refers to them as twins. I don't think... no, I spelled that wrong. I'm sorry. Oh.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Okay.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
More books.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Man, there's some layers to this shit. Let me tell you. Okay, I have to keep track of all the things I want to look up, but you keep going down this rabbit hole. There's another entry apparently for reflection. Still, everything has been related to Eve, but Hannah said she doesn't like looking at her own reflection. Because it's the same person, it's the same brain. It's just there's, things keep getting tucked away, but it's still kind of there. Which?
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. But she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Yeah, so there are definitely analogs there from Rapunzel to her life. Her prince wasn't blind, though. He just had thick glasses. Boom.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
That seems so useless.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
See, she touched herself. She almost referred to herself as the princess. I think fairy tales really influenced this girl's psyche.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember well I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
See, we have no context for that. I have no idea what that's referring to until I find the adjacent clips.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Yeah. Fairy tale is definitely a big part of this, but again, I just don't know the end game here. How do I solve the mystery? I think maybe, getting through all of the database, seeing every clip, I guess. But I don't know. It's very interesting. I'll give it that. I'm a little engrossed. But this video's been going on for quite some time. Next time, we'll try to delve more into the whole mother situation. But more interestingly, what about the father situation? Ba-ba-bum. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't think either of them ever once mentioned a father. And as far as my understanding of biology, I think there had to be a father. So, interesting. And she did use the term shotgun wedding. So there had to be a father somewhere. But, again, questions upon questions are all that still remain so far. Interesting stuff, though. Let me know what you think. Give me some hints on what I should be typing in, what I should be looking for. What do you think's going on here? I'm very curious. My name is Mangg. Game you've been watching is Her Story. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.